Hello everyone, this is my coverage of the Prehistoric Kingdom Dev Diary from August of 2024. I know this is different from what I normally do, but I just thought, hey, I might as well cover it, and I'm gonna start covering these more consistently. My dog is running around in the background. Fancy, what are you doing? Okay, let's get into it. So, post going into upcoming improvements coming in Update 12 and looking at the latest development along the way. Since Update 11, address a new number of sore spots for new players and improve what's introduced in Update 11. They're adding camera controls for panning rotation to update better support laptop users with new optional keybinds, including the toggles that switches Q, E keys raising from lowering the camera and rotating left to right instead. In terms of onboarding, we have already completed an filed object system that will allow us to finish implementing tutorials, notifications of the park issues. I'm not going to the last dev blog. Now we have an image here. I'm assuming it's issue stuff. We have had notifications of park users initially using for a little while, which means that most of the remaining focus is going to be tutorials and making them initiative. For example, if you're playing through a tutorial, there might be some new fancy highlights that direct you to UI. Excitingly, the objective system is built with scenario missions or quests in mind. The idea of integrating more characters or occasionally quest givers is something the team has wanted to do for a while, so it's nice that we have some infrastructure in place. We look forward for sharing more about this in the future. These are the videos. I'll show them at the end of the video. For some reason it's not letting me click on them, so we'll just continue on forward. New species. The walking tank Ankylosaurs will be waddling its way into Prehistoric Kingdom Update 12. This armored dinosaur features a row of large protective osteoderms and a clubbed tail, perfect for battering shins of deserving predators. Alongside the much older relative Ankylosaurus, this will be the second Thyrophan added to Prehistoric Kingdom. First things first. This is peak. Genuinely, I have not been a big fan of Ankylosaurs in anything, really. I just am not the biggest fan of them. But, and this is a big but, this design is peak. I would zoom in. Actually, I am gonna zoom in. Zoom in. What is happening? Oh, wait, it's zooming in. Yeah! This design is peak fiction. It genuinely makes it look like a real animal. And Ankylosaurus is one of the most alien-looking dinosaurs of them all. I genuinely love this design. It's so pretty, and I'm excited to see more of the skins. We're zooming back out now to 100%. Okay, visibility changes. What a zoo if the visitors can't properly see. In Update 12, we will be bringing a variety of back-end improvements to guest visibility that supports the extremely large and small exhibits. Visitors will be able to show more realistic crowding behaviors as they try to congregate closer to areas animals are. Does this mean that the guests can see animals from further away? Some visitors will take advantage of elevated terrains or view from a distance rather than standing directly next to the viewing area. Foliage, fences seen around some buildings can be used to block guest sightlines and create a more curated experience. Just like a real zoo. These are new pictures, I'm assuming. They look cool. I obviously like that they're improving challenge mode and stuff like that. I've always been a sandbox player, but I'm not complaining. Okay, staff improvements. Update 12, we've made changes to alleviate some of the efficiencies woes of the players. Staff cannot carry more resources and they will queue up in the multiple tasks at a time. This means that keepers will be able to refill multiple feeders in a single trip, picking up the shortest path between destinations if possible. The future. Skills, or staff skills, training, and wages. For the next few updates, we are working on the new management gameplay mechanics for staff. Here's an overview of how it will look and be fully developed. Inside the staff management menu, players will eventually have the option to set the maximum skill level for employees they can train up. Faith, what are you doing in here? And she busted down the door. Okay. I love her, but she's a little annoying. And you're already walking out, Faith. Faith, what are you up to? I don't know. She's special, I'll say. but by training at the staff center and spare time, your workers can increase their skill level, unlocking perks that boost their efficiency. Depending on their role, these perks may come in the form of buffs such as reducing time it takes to gather resources. Each job presents perks that a worker from skill, or that depending on a worker's skill level, no RNG. An employee can increase their skill to bump their higher wage bracket. A salary tab can be used to adjust the minimum and maximum pay for staff across the board. Increasing pay will help improve staff welfare and might make workers more willing to put up with poorer conditions, while reducing can lead to people quitting. Side note, we'll be adding similar salary to controls and finance menus, eventually leading players to set the ticket entry or immunity price park-wide. We are considering scrolling down the economy from the relatability and balance purposes, making $100,000 worth as much as $1 million is in the current game. Babies! Yes, we are still working on them. Between creating and implementing new species that arrived this year, we've been working on assets for autogeny where we can. We are currently making our way through the painting a lot baby skins and creating blend shapes that grow style and prototype animals. We are working on it, but will take some time as we properly does not touch every single animal, but every animal related systems, both in terms of gameplay and technical use. For this month though, however, we will please enjoy the early look at our baby Apatosaurus blend shapes, using a temporary baby skin and a normal map, but the final design shouldn't be too far off. I don't know why it's not letting me look at it, but I can just click at it. They are so cute. They're so cute. I love them so much. They're adorable. These are genuinely some of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. I would protect these with my life, and I would kill a family of 4 to have them in my game. And animal awareness. To cap out this dev diary, we have a tiny bit of animal AI. Throughout August, we've been working on the animal awareness system. When it's finished, animals will effectively see and hear their surroundings, recognizing and prioritizing entitles based on their sound, loudness, etc. Think of it as the gateway to more requested behaviors like fleeing and conserving between animals. Once it's finished, a lot of exciting stuff to build on top of it. And then we got Community Spotlight. Pretty cool build. Actually, that's way better than anything I could do. That's pretty. Then we got this cool dry source enclosure, and that's it. So, overall, this was a pretty cool dev diary. Anky's Peak. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't really know what else to say. This thing is just absolutely beautiful. So, if you enjoyed this different video, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Bye-bye, y'all. Have a nice day.
The name Apatosaurus means deceptive lizard, and I can't think of a more fitting moniker for a dinosaur with such a complicated history. For the longest time, nobody knew what the head of Apatosaurus looked like. Paleontologists debated over whether it should look more like a Diplodocus or a Camarasaurus, until its real skull was confirmed in 1978. Now that's turning heads. That sound you're hearing isn't thunder, it's the earth-shaking stomp of a Brontosaurus. These dinosaurs have been shaking the big screen for over 100 years, starting with one of the first ever animated films, Gertie the Dinosaur. Gertie was never the best behaved dinosaur, so hopefully we won't have as much trouble trying to keep this Brontosaurus in line.